So did you go to any house shows at the Garden at all?
They're called live events, Rob.
Oh,
so
sorry
let's
about that.
please make that.
I walked into the Matt Striker shoot interview to get the car keys because we drove together.
And to sell
And I was
more.
a member of Johnny Rods' wrestling academy as well, and I sold him on the idea because he saw me, my picture hanging up on Johnny Rods' thing, said, I'm going to be a huge star like that crazy Equidub wrestler Tommy Dreamer. Do you want
In
food?
WWE, a lot of guys, after your match, you'll walk through the curtain, and there's this whole intricate set of monitors and tables and stuff. And Vince McMahon is sitting kind of off to the side with the headsets on, watching everything. And a lot of guys will walk through the curtain and kind of try to get, was that good,
Right.
Vince? Was that good, Vince? And honestly, your best bet is to walk through the curtain and walk right out downstairs, because you know if it was good or it wasn't. And if you're going to wait from the pat on the back from the Pope, you'll be waiting there a long time, because he has much bigger fish to fry than to pat you on the back and say, hey, good match. If it was bad, someone's going to come and get you and tell you it was bad. Then there was Simon Diamond, and then there was Candido and Bigelow, and on it went. And I also got to work on shows with Eddie Guerrero, rest his soul, and Tajiri. And if those guys are out there doing their craft and you're not watching, you're an idiot. This is where I'm going to learn what a good guy does, what a bad guy does, what moves to do, what moves not to do. This is where I'm going to learn psychology. This is where I'm going to learn timing. And all of that came from Jim Kettner's ECWA. Key was always very withdrawn into himself and always very protective of his personality and protective of the business. So immediately there was respect there. But I remember the first time I made him crack a smile. I said some kind of joke, and right there I think that Loki and Brandon, which is his real name, went like that, and I became friendlier, or more friendly, said the former teacher, with Brandon than with Loki. I did an Ultimate Warrior thing where you play his music, and I ran around the ECW arena for a good 2.5 minutes. I got to the top of the step, and I was shooting out of breath, and I looked around, and everyone was laughing. And going back to what I learned from the veterans, we got him. Punk was always Punk. He always did things his way, and he always had a lot of confidence. We have a very similar personality, Punk and I, now that I've gotten to know him. Arn Anderson, who, oh God, I wish I got a chance to say goodbye to Arn. I feel like I let him down so much. That guy taught me so much, and there's a lot of things that, if you are an extra talent at WWE, again, it may never happen ever again. This might one chance. So what the hell are you doing hanging out in catering or trying to buddy up to someone in the locker room when what you need to know is out at that ring? I got there, I stayed in my nice clothes, I let people see me a little bit, I put on my workout gear, I went, stood out by the ring. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Shut your mouth, watch, and listen. And that's what I did. I just walked away and a hand grabbed me. Said, Vince wants to see you. Fuck. Stands up. Pretty big dude, 6'2", 6'3". You got a lot of poise on the microphone. Really good stuff. MLW was one of the first places I got to meet Terry Funk. Another person that you kind of just sit over there and hope that he speaks loud enough for you to hear. And MLW was, for me, everyone was trying to replace ECW. Everyone was going to be the next ECW. Witch hunt against me. They forced me to resign in April, but didn't break the story until June. It was a slow week. It was on the cover of every newspaper, it was everywhere. And that's how WWE, Tommy Dreamer and Court Bauer said, hey, wait, we know this guy. Let's give him a call and let Kurt Angle kick him in the face. Just want you to know, if you don't do business out there, I'm going to break your fucking ankles. See you out there, man. Pee, down your leg. And I think there was
a ribbon you?
I don't know, because I think there was a thought. How old are you? You married? You rent? What's your deal? You live with your parents? What's it? Before I could say, here's the deal. I'm going to sign you. And I'm going to start paying you right now. I think it's great what happened with the teacher thing. I think it's awesome that you have a passion for this business. I'm going to give you a contract. Leave me your address. Carano has your information. Congratulations, kid. Good job. And again, I think this is a theme. The handshake happens, and then I go to break it, and they hold on to it. Just want you to know, it's up to you to keep your job. Okay. I went in the back, and I called my father. I said, Dad, they signed me. And my father's first question, how much they paying you, Butch? Chris Benoit in Reno, Nevada. Everyone was down at the bar, and he was this close to me, reading me the riot act in front of everyone. I mean, fucking screaming at me, and I'm just standing there going, like, holy shit. All of a sudden, he closed the door and he said, listen, I've got to make an example out of you. He says, I think it's great that you left teaching to come here. It shows passion for this business, but I need to make an example out of you for all of them. So when we're in front of everybody, I would find janitor's closets, I would find stairwells, and I actually kind of liked it because I'm a loner. I kind of liked my own little guys like William Regal that would actually in front of everyone say, I've got no problem with him at all. I get on with him just fine. And you would see these sheep go, Benoit Regal, whose ass should I kiss? I don't know what to do. Oh my God! All the people that were saying fuck you to me before were now my best friend. But I never forgot who those assholes were. We were up in the room sleeping and my phone rang and it was one of the Bashams. And it was almost like a, don't come downstairs. What? JBL's drinking and he's looking for you. Don't come downstairs. All right. Thanks. Ring. JBL wants you downstairs. You just told me not to go downstairs. Yeah, I know. I'm laying there, and the girl's laying there next to me, and she's like, what are you going to do? I was like, you know what, man? I've gotten my ass kicked plenty in my life. Fuck it, let me go downstairs. Are you a piece of shit? No, I'm not. Oh, so I'm a liar then? No, you're not. Oh, then you're a piece of shit. No, I'm not. Oh, so I'm a liar then. And it went on and on and on. And anytime I would get my anxieties or my depressions, it would be the Sandmans, the Sabus, the Rob Van Dams, the Tommy Dreamers, the William Regals, the Eugenes, and even the John Cenas and the Canes that when no one was around, hey man, you okay? Hang in there, man. Everything will be okay. Me, John, and I always got along, I also think, because I never wanted anything from John Cena. Everyone wants something from the guy. There was a time in catering where we all eat where John was sitting by himself, which is a rarity. And I said, hey man, you mind if I sit with you? He said, yeah. And I'm eating, I go, so, how's everything with you, man? He goes, you know something? No one ever asks me that. Everyone asks me how they can get over or what I can do for them. No one asks me how I'm doing. And that was the relationship we had. I was never a threat to John Cena. I made him laugh. Brass ring is there, but it is screwed in as tight as possible. Right. And there's 8,000 other hands pulling on that fucking thing. For me, my goal was for my dad to see me, for my dad to say, I saw you do this move, or when I did commentary, I heard you say this. I was playing to an audience of two, Vince McMahon and my father. I have a friendship with Tommy Dreamer, who learned from Paul Heyman, who learned from Dusty Rhodes, who learned from Eddie Graham, who was Vince McMahon's favorite wrestler. Man, I want to be on SmackDown. Man, I want to be on Raw. Man, I just want to be booked.
Yeah.
I give a fuck. Raw, SmackDown, ECW, it's an opportunity to work and get better. I think a lot of these guys think that they're good already. Oh, he's going to the top rope now. He's going to give him a drop kick. Oh, he nailed it. And Vince doesn't want that. It's television. I can see that he just gave him a drop kick. Tell me why he chose the drop kick and what it feels like to be hit with it. He might be good. Now, I'm sure they had 100 other things they had to deal with that day. So it was, all right, we'll give him a shot. And Bruce Pritchard came to me and said, you're going to be needed in Atlanta. That was the next day. I think it was August 5th. Craziness. And I had always known who Bruce Pritchard was, but he never really talked to me. So those are the things that JR tried to point out to me. King pointed out to me that sometimes I talk over people's heads. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't be something. Don't let them tell you you're too tall, too short, too fat, too black, too white, too many tattoos. Don't let anybody fuck with your dreams because they're yours. And at the end of the day, that's all you're going to have. So